Well, happy Easter, everyone, and welcome to Believing on Today. I am so glad that you are here, and if you're joining us at church online, or maybe you're gathered around a TV, you're watching this on YouTube later, can we just announce what literally for 2,000 years people gathered in spaces, gathered together on these Easter Sunday mornings, have announced to one another in call and response. When the preacher, when the leader says he is risen, then the people holler back, he is risen indeed. So whether you're in your car today, whether you're at your house by yourself with family and friends, can we just give testimony and testament to the fact, the reason why we celebrate with billions on today? Come on, he is risen. He is risen indeed. That is right. It is that single reality that the entirety of the Christian faith stands upon. One reality. You say, well, what about the Bible? Yeah. One reality. He is risen. He is risen indeed. The entirety of the Christian faith literally hangs together and holds on the simple fact that Jesus is alive. If that single reality could be disproved, it would annihilate the validity of our faith altogether. This one single reality. And for the better part of almost 2,000 years now, skeptics and cynics, agnostics and atheists alike, people who felt they were too good or too smart to lean into what has to be received by faith, have done everything in their power to dig and claw, to twist and contort, to somehow come to some landing spot that Jesus didn't really rise from the dead, that the grave wasn't empty. They've done all they could, and with all of their digging, with all of their exposition, all they continue to find is more and more and more and more evidence of the truth, of the climax of the entirety of the scriptures, that it really happened, that the King is alive, that he is risen. He is risen indeed. Come on, like the angels gave testimony to, he is not here, he is risen, just like he said. And on this Easter Sunday, I am so grateful for the hope I have in Jesus. But I'm also so grateful for the fact that that tomb really was empty. I'm grateful for the fact that my faith is not based on fairy tales and fantasies, but on the truth that the King is alive. Come on, if you're grateful for that on today, because somebody in the chat, because somebody may be sitting there with family and friends gathered around the TV today, say, he is risen indeed. And with that, let's turn our attention to this story on today. There are accounts of this Easter Sunday in all of the gospel writings in the New Testament. And today I want to turn your attention to Luke's account of that first Easter Sunday morning. And in doing so, I want to lean into a question that I believe has significant implication for every single one of us on today. A question purported by these angels, but yet it is being asked to you and to me on today. Let's read the text, remind ourselves of the great hope that we have, and do work on this Easter Sunday. Luke chapter 24, verses 1 through 12 are recorded this way. It says, on the first day of the week, very early in the morning, they came to the tomb, bringing the spices they had prepared. They found the stone rolled away from the tomb. They went in, but did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were perplexed about this, suddenly 2 men stood by them in dazzling clothes. So the women were terrified and bowed down to the ground. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? Asked the men. He is not here, but he has been resurrected. Remember how he spoke to you when he was still in Galilee, saying the Son of Man must be betrayed into the hands of sinful men, be crucified, and rise on the third day. And they remembered his words. Returning from the tomb, they reported all these things to the 11 and to all the rest. Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary the mother of James, and the other women with them were telling the apostles these things. But these words seemed like nonsense to them, and they did not believe the women. Peter, however, got up and ran to the tomb. When he stooped to look in, he saw only the linen cloths. So he went home, amazed at what had happened. Sometimes we have difficulty grasping the emotion, the perplexing nature of something that went on when we already know what had happened. I must remind you, while you have great hope today, some of you, while you have great faith today, while you have gathered, you have tuned in, you have leaned in to celebrate something you believe is true, or maybe something that you hope would be true, and somebody brought you with you to watch and to listen, and here you are trying to wrestle with the claims of Jesus. I hear you, but please understand, on that first Easter Sunday morning, nobody expected nobody. Nobody did. Nobody woke up early that Sunday morning expecting to go to the borrowed tomb in a garden where they had placed their rabbi and find nobody. See, Friday was so hectic. From Jesus' arrest to his trial, right into his flogging, his crucifixion, his death, his burial in the nick of time, because as Friday would end, the Sabbath would begin. And what came with the Sabbath was the law that said you cannot work on this day, and work would include doing anything with a dead body. Grieving over it, placing spices so that the stench of rotting flesh wouldn't go everywhere, doing all that they had customarily done. Saturday was to be a day of rest. This Sabbath day, no work was allowed, so they had to sit with the pain and the regret and the shame and the reality that their king was dead. So early Sunday morning, as Luke tells us, that was the first opportunity they had to go see, to go honor, to go remember, to go pay their respects in memory of their rabbi. And that is where the Easter story on Sunday morning begins, with a visit from some women to this borrowed tomb, expecting to give honor, expecting to grieve, expecting to continue in their shedding of tears. But when they get there, they find the stone rolled away. They look inside and they find nobody, which is not what anybody expected. And when they came searching, they're confused, they're perplexed, and two angels appear to them in dazzling clothes and ask them the most profound question. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? Why are you looking for living among and in places of death? Can you imagine their response and reply? What is happening on the inside of them? Luke doesn't let us know. I know we presume that the angels asked this question and immediately continued with their response. And maybe they did. But maybe they, like any good question asker, gave a little pause after asking this most powerful question, why are you looking for the living among the dead? Maybe these men in dazzling clothes just sat there and gave space for these women to ponder and wonder why. Maybe they did it, and it was in those milliseconds as they are being asked this question and being told, you are looking for the living among the dead. Why are you looking like this? They wrestled on the inside. They had thoughts. They had anxiety, they had confusion, because now, for the first time, they're being told they're looking for the right thing in the wrong place. The right thing in the wrong place. Because I believe in their heart they would have been saying, but this is where we saw him placed. He was mocked and ridiculed and scorned and beaten and hung on a tree on a hill called Golgotha. I saw that. I saw him breathe his last. I saw those Roman soldiers take his bloody and beaten and dead body down off that cross. I saw Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus wrap his body up and carry it to the borrowed tomb. I saw Rome in their fear roll a stone in front of it. I saw him get put here. This is where I thought I'd always come back to remember the good times with my rabbi, to reflect on our moments together, to celebrate his life and hurt because the king is dead. I thought this is where I'd go back to remember him. I thought this is where I'd always meet with him. I thought that this is where I'd find comfort in the memories of the past. Graveside. I have learned that you will never find true life in a place designed to hold death. It's always striking and strange to me when people who have lost someone they love want to, almost in perpetuity, visit the grave of that loved one. Because woven within it is this desire for connection, this desire for relationship, this desire to hear them laugh again, this desire to see them smile again. And those are all good things. They want to hear their voice. They want to ask them a question. They want to glean from their wisdom. They want to hold them again. They want to know them again. They want to be with them again. And so they go to their grave, hoping to fill one of these voids, the space that they now feel on the inside, because that family member, that loved one, they've been gone for months. They've been gone for years. And I thought that being at their grave would bring me close to them. But every person who's visited a grave recognizes they are not there. Oh, there's a box 6 feet under the soil that has some of the remains of their physical body within it. There are bones and decaying tissue there. Hair, but they're not there. Their spirits, their soul, the life, the personality that we knew, the voice that communicated to us, the warmth that exuded from them, it is not there. That's why if you're ever looking for solace from a loved one who's gone, the videos on your phone or the photos in that album or the stories gathered around the table with others who knew them well too always bring you more life than any visit to a grave ever could, because that grave is designed to hold death, not to bring about new life. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? This was the question asked to these women, but I believe it's the question the Spirit of God would like to extend to you today. See, today many people, maybe even you, live their lives looking for the right thing in the wrong place. We obsess, we fill our lives searching for good things, right things, noble things, things that could give life. The problem is we're looking for them in all the wrong places. We're looking for a good life for ourselves, a good life for our family, a good life for our children, a good life for our extended family, a good life we're looking for this idea of a good life, a life filled with purpose, and a life filled with the goodness. The problem is we go searching for whether or not our life is good by comparing our progress and the quality and accolades we have received in this life to somebody else's life, at least the life that we see lived online. And we go searching for a good life through this trap called comparison, and we wonder why we never find life there. We're looking for peace, and peace is a wonderful pursuit. In a world so anxious, in a time that is so stressed out and so divided and so toxic, and you wake up every day not knowing where the fight's coming from, but the fight's gonna come. And we're looking for peace, but we're doing so by alienating ourselves from people. We think we're gonna find peace by taking on less and less and less responsibility, and trying to always do what's best for me. And if I always do what's best for me, then I'll find peace. That's what we tell ourselves. We're looking for joy, a wonderful pursuit. To have a smile on our face, a song in our heart. Some people are looking for joy, and they pursue it by wasting all of their time and all of their money and all of their resources on what they tell themselves is going to make them happy. But yet they open the packages and they go to where they want to go and they get all they hope to get and don't find the joy they were looking for. Looking for purpose, meaning, to be able to know that who I am and what I do, it makes a difference, but we try to find it by climbing some proverbial ladder in society or in a company, or the ambitions that were put on us by somebody outside of us. And we're told that, you'll find that purpose if you make more money next year than you do this year. You'll find that purpose if you have a corner office. You'll find that purpose if they'll put you on salary instead of put you on hourly. You'll find that purpose if you get married. You'll find that purpose if you have kids. You'll find that purpose if you find that special someone. You'll find that purpose somewhere in something else. Today, many people live their lives pursuing the right things in the wrong places. See, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. There's so many others. There's nothing wrong with the pursuit of peace. There's nothing wrong with having joy. There's nothing wrong with having a life that is good, a life that is abundant. There's nothing wrong with having joy on the inside of you, peace that goes beyond your understanding. There's nothing wrong with any of that. The trouble today is that for many people, you are never going to find what you are looking for where you're looking for what you're looking for. See, maybe that's your issue today on this Easter Sunday. Could it be that your issue is not what you're looking for, but where you're looking for what you're looking for? Could it be that the issue from that first Easter Sunday morning is the same issue that multiplied millions, billions of us on planet Earth still have today? It is not what you're looking for that's the problem, because many of your pursuits and many of your desires and many of your ambitions and aims are good ambitions and aims. The problem is you're looking for fulfillment in places that will never fulfill that. You're looking for that desire to be quenched, that need to be met, that longing to be filled in a place that cannot fill it. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? See, friend, today, the truth is this. You will never find what only Jesus provides outside of Jesus. Let me say that again. You will never find what's only found in Jesus outside of Jesus. Oh, you can find some cheap duplicate. You can find something that looks like peace, kind of feels like peace, sort of smells like peace, gonna last for a weekend, but it's gonna go away. You can find something that some people will call joy, but really it's just temporary happiness. And there's nothing wrong with happiness unless you call the happiness you experience in a moment that comes and goes joy. There's nothing wrong with purpose unless your purpose is so tied to something that will ultimately let you down, and you tried to pursue and tried to find purpose in this life by finding it in someone, in something else other than Jesus. You may find what promises to do for you what only Jesus can do for you. But friend, it will come up short every single time. Because when the resurrected one says he is it, then you can't find it anywhere else. When the resurrected one says that what you're looking for there, I am it. What you desire there, I'm the only one who can give it to you. What you need, what you hope for, what you're looking for, I am it. You can't find that in any other person, in any other place, in any other. All of your pursuits will be in vain. And that troubles some of us, because we've been trying so hard to find the things that Jesus promised outside of Jesus. Some of you have been trying to build your life in such a way to where you don't need God to be what God said he was for you. There are people who have spent all of their aim, all of their energy for the last 2,000 years trying to have what Jesus promised without Jesus. The problem is you can't escape Jesus. I don't care whether you call yourself a person of faith or not today. You can't escape Jesus. You can't escape the gravity of his life, because it is in his life with his birth that history is divided and our calendars are dictated by the course of his life. His name is used by billions to heap curse and condemnation and swearing on others and things, while his name is prayed to and called upon by billions more as the place of refuge and strength. It was C.S. Lewis who famously said that any man, merely a man who said and did the things Jesus did, well, he's going to find themselves as discovering that Jesus had to have been one of three things. Because you can't say what Jesus said and do what Jesus did and purport what Jesus purport and not come to one of three conclusions with him. Succinctly, he would say that he's either a liar, a lunatic, or he is the Lord of all. And he cannot be a liar, because the greatest thing that he said, he did. He said, and the angels reminded the women, they're going to hang me on a tree, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back. He called his own shot on his death. He cannot be a liar. Now, Jesus said some outlandish things that one would say may make someone a lunatic. The problem is, it's only lunacy, it's only crazy until it happens. And the fact that everything Jesus said he would do, he did do. He said he had the power to heal, and he healed. He said he had the power to save, and he saved. He said that he would die for the sins of humanity, and he did. He said he would rise again on the third day, and he did. So he cannot be a liar because he did what he said, and he cannot be a lunatic because though what he said was outlandish, it happened. Which leaves the only plausible conclusion is that he is Lord. The interesting thing about him as Lord, though, is rather than command everyone to bow their knee to him, he offers the opportunity for us to find in him everything we're looking for, if we look in the right place. See, what was it that Jesus actually said of himself? Well, John chapter 11, verse 25, Jesus very succinctly puts it this way. He says, I am the resurrection and the life. All that you are looking for in this life, Jesus said you will find in him. He says, I am the resurrection and the life. And because, like the old folk used to say, he got up, his words have to be true. Because everything else he said, he did. The most astonishing, most amazing, most ain't no way you could curate and conjure that up if you try. He did. So if he got up, then maybe, just maybe, he really is the resurrection. And he is the one, the only one who can take dead things and bring them back to life again. Dead purpose, dead dreams, dead families, dead hopes, dead environments, dead communities, and breathe life into them. Maybe he's the only one that can do that. Maybe he is the only one, because he said it, that you will actually find the life you're looking for in him. That life is not found in the neighborhood you can move to. And life is not found in the accolades you can put next to your name. And life is not found by how successful you are, how popular you are, how much you do, how great you are at your school. That life is found in the resurrected one. But we spend our whole lives trying to find the life he promised anywhere and everywhere but in him. Friend, why are you looking for the living among the dead? Today, on this Easter Sunday, almost 2,000 years after these angels met these women at the graveside they had come to anoint and reflect and weep over the body of their dead rabbi, they were asked this question because the rabbi they presumed to be dead was alive. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? I believe the Holy Spirit is asking you that question today. Whether you're a person who's wanted nothing to do with God your whole life, you're someone who's wrestling with the claims of Jesus and the truth of his word. You're someone who's been to church. You followed Jesus for a while. But the truth is your life isn't fully submitted to him because in reality, you are trying to find things he promised outside of him. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? Or if I could modernize this question and maybe personalize it for you on your Easter Sunday morning. Why are you looking there for that? Why are you looking there for that? I don't know if you've ever been sent to the grocery store or any store underprepared. Maybe some of the women that do most of the shopping in the house, or you're the primary person that goes to the grocery, maybe you don't understand this. But there are some of us that we are the pinch hitters. We are the ones that are called on in relief duty. And that would be me. And there are some stores, though, that I know like the back of my hand. I literally use one gas station. Like I get nervous anytime I have to put gas in my vehicle at any other place in the country other than the Grizzly Mart right over here. That is my gas station. They're going to name it after me one day. It'll be the Michael Mart. It sounds a little better too. It's alliterated. See what's doing in there. But it's the Grizzly Mart right now. And you need anything in the store. I can tell you what they have, where they don't have. I can tell you exactly where the tire shine is on the inside. It's the best price on that little white spray can tire shine with the blue writing. Best price in the city. Right there at the Grizzly Mart. It's fantastic. I know where everything is. There are some grocery stores, I can tell you exactly where stuff is. And then there are some where I walk into and I feel like a foreigner in a new land, you know? And it's like, where is this? I remember a while back, Mindy had sent me to the store to pick up some things for the house, some things that she needed for the specific recipe. And she gave me this list and I was happy to go. So I ran to the store and I'm knocking things off. But she needed me to go to this particular grocery store that wasn't the one I normally went to. And I'm looking for the things and I'm finding stuff. It's a little slow, but I'm getting it. And then there was this one item that I could not find. And I'm talking about I was doing laps up and down the store. Like the people who work there are looking at me funny. They're like, I done seen this dude about 4 times. Like, why is he going up and down, up and down, up and down, in and out? I'd asked a few people that worked there. They didn't know where this thing was. But Mindy knew this store real well. And after literally probably about 20 minutes of looking up and down and walking around and up and down, and I think I'm in the right spot, and I'm turning over everything on this shelf and everything on this section to find out, I finally do the call of shame. And I pick up my phone and I call my wife and I say, Mindy, I cannot find this. She said, well, where are you? And I told her the section I was in. And she responded to me, why are you looking for that there? Because you never gonna find that there. And I remember as I walked to where she told me I could find what we were looking for, I was explaining to her my logic as to why that other place seemed like the right place to find the thing that we were looking for. And while that made sense on one level, here's the truth. I was never gonna find that there. Friend, I think there are many of us this Easter. We on the wrong aisle. We in the wrong section. Some of us, we at the wrong store. And you ain't ever gonna find what you're looking for. You ain't ever gonna find what your soul craves. You ain't ever gonna find what you need so desperately there. Because you're looking for life in a dead place. You're looking for what Jesus has said He is the source of. He is the one who provides. He is the one who gives it. And you're looking for it in a place outside of Him. Why are you looking for that there? Because I want to tell you very succinctly today. You will never find purpose in a position, but you will in Jesus. Some of you are purposeless today. You ask yourself, you ask God, you ask your friends, you ask anyone who will listen, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my life even counts for. You will never find purpose in a position. Some of us trick ourselves and we tell ourselves that if I could get there, if I could have that, if I could go with them, if I could move up into this role, if I could make this kind of money, then I would find then this void in my soul would be filled. You will never find purpose in a position. Jesus took ordinary fishermen and gave them purpose they had dreamed about their whole life, because they were never going to find it doing what they were doing it. But as soon as they dropped what they were doing and followed Him, they found the purpose they had always hoped for in Him. Some of you today, you're looking for purpose in dead places. You are looking for people to give you purpose, and people will never give you purpose. Your boss will never give you purpose. Your next boyfriend will never give you purpose. Your fiance won't. Your children won't. Your parents won't. Nobody will give you. Your family will not give you purpose. Some of you are trying to find your purpose in being a mother, being a daughter, being a sister, being a brother, being a father, being a grandfather, and it feels so empty, not because your family is bad, but because family was never the place for you to find purpose. Some of you, you're trying to find purpose in your career, thinking if I can just advance high enough, if I can move on far enough, if I can make more than anybody in my family ever dreamed of making, then I will. You're trying to find it in money, and if I can save and acquire and build and hold on to, if I can reach some level of success, you will never find purpose in a position. Why? Well, because Jesus said He is the way. Purpose is nothing more than a direction to and for your life. And if the direction to and for your life is anything other than Jesus, it will not fulfill. You are trying to find a good thing in a place, in a source, in an area incapable of being that to you. You will never find purpose in a position. And you will never, please write this down, you will never find deliverance in a discipline. But you will in Jesus. See, too many people are trying to discipline themselves to freedom. If I can just read my Bible as consistently as that person does, if I could just pray as much as that person does, if I could fast, if I could worship like that, if I could show up at church on time like they do, if I could do these things, if I could get this thing together. You're trying to 12-step your way into freedom. Here's the thing. I love the communities that come around people that we call 12-step programs. But the problem is those steps won't bring you freedom. You've tricked yourself into thinking if I could just get an audience with the right therapist, then I would be free. If I could communicate what I feel on the inside to a good counselor, then I would be set free. No. There's nothing wrong with you pontificating your story to a therapist or a counselor. There's nothing wrong with trying to lean into the wisdom of a psychologist or a sociologist or try to understand the insides of you. But there's a big difference between understanding your past and walking in the freedom of your future. And some of you are trying to find in a place designed to keep you there freedom that can only come in Jesus. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? Why are you looking there for that? Because Jesus said, if the Son sets you free, then you are free indeed. Freedom cannot be found anywhere else but Jesus, because Jesus says, I'm the one with the keys to freedom. So that may look like freedom, sound like freedom, feel like freedom for a weekend, but you'll never know freedom until you find me. You will never find deliverance in a discipline. You will never find peace in a predicament, but you can find it in Jesus. If you don't have peace today, would you hear me? Because some of you, your soul is in anguish. Some of you, your mind is in torment. And all you want is peace. All you look for is peace. You've tried to find it at the end of a bottle. You've tried to find it in things that you would buy, thinking if I have this, I'll be peaceful. You've tried to find it in giving yourselves to other people. And here's the truth. None of it brought you peace. If you don't have peace, the reason is because you're trying to find it somewhere outside of Jesus. Because what did Jesus say? My peace I give to you. My peace I leave with you. Peace is not a predicament. You can be in the middle of the greatest storm of your life and be at peace, because peace is not a predicament. It's the presence of Jesus. But if you're looking for peace in any other source other than him, you may find something that smells a little bit like peace, but it only smells like peace until the effects wear off. But Jesus promises a peace that passes our understanding, a peace that will guard your heart and your mind in him. Because peace is his presence. His presence, which he said, you can be sure of this. I'm going to be with you always, even to the end of the age. But you will never find peace in a predicament. You will never find hope in a happening. But you can find it in Jesus. We all need hope. But if your hope is found in the money you can make, or your hope is found in the realities you can create, or your hope is found in a candidate you can elect, or your hope is found in something that you can control, it will destroy you as you pursue what promises hope but can never deliver hope. Can I tell you, politically in our country, this is why so many people are tormented right now. It's because they believe their hope is a political party, a political candidate, a political persuasion. I'm all for having thoughts about how things should be. But when you put your hope in something or someone that cannot deliver it, you are looking for life in a dead place. That's the reason some of you making more money this year than you've ever made in your life. You have no hope for tomorrow. Because you thought that paycheck was going to bring you hope. You thought when you got to that number, you'd have hope. You thought when they put you on full time, then you'd have hope. You will never find hope in a happening. Because Jesus said, you can be of good cheer. You can have hope. Why? Because I, the resurrected Jesus, have overcome the world. Maybe today my hope isn't in something that needs to happen. My hope is in something that the resurrected one has already made happen. He has already overcome the world. And because my hope is in him, now I can have hope regardless of what is happening around me. Because my hope will never come from a happening. It will come from the resurrected one. You will never find purpose in a position, deliverance in a discipline, peace in a predicament, hope in a happening, because you will never find good in a grave. But you will in Jesus. Every good and perfect gift, my Bible tells me, comes from him. You're looking today, some of you, for the right thing. But you're looking in all the wrong places. And the reason you're anxious, and the reason you're empty, and the reason that it's not doing for you what you thought it would do for you is because you're trying to find something that Jesus promised to give you in a place other than Jesus. You're looking for something that really can, when you get the real thing, bring you life on an aisle that ain't got nothing but death. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? You will never find good in a grave. Some of you are looking for good things in all the wrong places. You're searching for hope, and you're searching for fulfillment, and you're searching for freedom, and those are wonderful pursuits. But you're not going to find them in a place of death. If you'd be honest enough today to recognize that the longings on the inside of you are not being fulfilled by your present pursuits, may I ask you, why are you looking there for that? Why? Why are you looking there? Why are you trying to find in some partner what will only come through relationship with the resurrected one? Why are you trying to find strength for the day ahead from any other person in any other place than the resurrected one who promised he is our strength? Friend, today what you want, what you're searching for, what you're looking for is only found in Jesus. And I know this because I've tried to pursue these things on my own too. I've tried to pursue some of these things on my own while calling myself a Christian. And that's the tension for some of you. You think you're a church person. You think you're a Jesus follower. The problem is there are some foundational pursuits in your life that Jesus has promised to be for you, and you don't let him be that for you. Quite honestly, you're calling him a lunatic when he said he'd be your peace. You're calling him a liar when he said he'd be your provider. The problem is he can't be a lunatic because the claims he made, he's done every one. He can't be a liar because what he said he would do, he has done. The tension you're wrestling with is he is either Lord of all or not Lord at all for you. And you're looking for good things. Things the Bible promises. Things out of Jesus' mouth he said he would do. But you're looking for them in places that will never bring that to you. Everything Jesus promised, you hear me today, everything he said he would do, he is the only one who truly provides it. You will never find good in a grave because, and I close with this, you will never find life in a lie, but you will in Jesus. See, the grave ain't nothing but a lie. It promises you something it can't deliver. And some of you have gone to the grave your whole life thinking it's going to bring you peace, thinking it's going to bring you contentment, thinking that's where fulfillment will come for you. Life is only found in Jesus. The resurrected one made a promise to you. He made a promise to me that you can have life and you will have life and you will find life in him. But receiving that life starts with looking in the right place. Because as long as you're digging around in the confines of that grave, you will not find the life you're looking for. Why are you looking for living among the dead? Why are you looking there for that? Because it seems like somebody else has what you hope to have and they seem to get it in this way. Man, miss me with their multi-level marketing. If you're looking for peace today, it's found in him. If you're looking for joy today, it's found in him. If you're looking for freedom today, it's found in him. If you're looking for deliverance today, it's found in him. If you're looking for hope today, it's found in him. If you're looking for good today, it's found in him. If you're looking for salvation today, it's found in him. If you're looking for life today, it's found in him. Because he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. That's who he is. And if you're looking for the purpose for your life, it's only found in him. If you're looking for the truth about your life and the truth about this life and how to wrestle it, how to carry it, how to handle it, it's only found in him. If you're looking for life in this life, because he came to give us life, that life more abundantly, it's only found in him. Say, how do I find this? What do I have to do? The scripture makes it very clear. And while it's simple, it costs everything. You put your faith on his grace. You put your faith by believing on what Jesus has promised to be for you. Some of you today need salvation because the scripture tells us that all have sinned and sin separates us from God. And the only way we're made right with God and our sin is handled is not through our good works, it's not through our good effort. It's by putting our faith on his grace. It's by receiving his free gift of salvation personally. You will not save yourself. I do not care how many times you sit in church, how many sermons you watch, how many songs you listen to, how good of a person people think you are. You will not save you. But if you put your faith on his grace, he will save you. Some of you today need peace. Some of you today need purpose in your life. Some of you today, you are losing your mind because you're looking for the right thing in the wrong place. Today, you need to call on Jesus because he ain't where you thought he was. He is risen, and he is risen indeed. Giving proof, giving credence, giving testimony that everything he said he could do, everything he said he would be, he is and he will be because he is Lord of all. But he's only Lord to you once you make him Lord of your own. So today I invite you. You need purpose. You need salvation. You need freedom. Put your faith on his grace right now. Pray with me and say, Jesus, today I receive what you have made available to me. I ask you to forgive me. I ask you to change me. I ask you to open my eyes to see everything you have made available to me. Father, I ask you to forgive me. Jesus, live inside of me and help me to find that everything I've always looked for is found completely and totally in you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for changing me. Thank you for giving me what I could not give myself. I pray all this in your name. And everybody said, amen.